Alright, here we go with a random pack game from back in July. And this one, I'm actually surprised that I haven't used this already, because at the time it happened, I was quite excited to upload it. And here we are, like 6 months later, and it's still in the unused pile. Now this game has something happen in it which I don't think I've ever had happen before. I could be wrong. Some of these random events, it can be difficult to remember if you've seen them before or not, especially if you're not looking out for them. But this is one of those ones where I rewatched the replay a bunch of times because I was kind of shocked and stunned. But yeah, I'm not going to give the game away right now. We'll come to that part of the game later on. So yeah, it's just a random pack. We get Dear Lord, so I'm going to take that and then probably just boost it up with the mouse apples. I'm just going to buy sell another one. I don't know, although the randomizer was changed a while back to make sure that, you know, if you are playing a trumpet pack, you get the proper trumpet support units and so on. I think there are still some archetypes there where that doesn't actually happen. I don't know if, I think if you get Dear Lord in a random pack, you're not guaranteed to get, you know, good feints. I suppose since Betta Fish was changed, the number of good feints is actually lower than it used to be. But I'm pretty sure I've had a random pack with Dear Lord in it where I kept rolling for, you know, Flamingo, just anything to be able to feint and not finding it. Now here we could feint Gargoyle if we can also get a mana potion. Or actually maybe this is after the point where Gargoyle was changed to give a base amount of health. Although I think it's better to just play the 5 squad instead of only getting the small amount of health from the Gargoyle with 0 mana. It looks like I'm going to keep it frozen anyway. We're not seeing mana potion in the shop. So it looks like I'm going to give up on that plan. I think, although I've played a ton of random packs over the years, I'm pretty bad at remembering which foods have already been seen. You know, like if you watch Sag play random weeklies, he would generally play blind weeklies. He would generally be paying attention to which foods have already been seen in the shop. But luckily here, on turn 7, we level into Kappa, so we know there is at least one half-decent feint for the Dear Lord. And what are we going to get? Immediately a 14, 16, and it's a baboon. So maybe not the greatest get, given that we just sold a baboon, but not too bad, I think. And the crane does good stuff. Vampire Bat having terrible attack bails us out there. Yeah, okay, we're definitely going to keep the baboon purely based on the stats for now. Locust won't do anything when you feint it. You'd have to feed it first. Doesn't look like there's anything really worthwhile taking here. And actually taking Manatee doesn't make sense for having Baboon because we're going to lose the stats. They could have just gone on to the crane. So that was probably a mistake. I think there's definitely a case to be made that the fan mussel is one of the pets of the year. I think when I first saw it, it seemed like it was perfectly fine as tier 1, but I think as time has gone on, it becomes pretty obvious that it's very, very good. The fact that you can stack it with the other defensive equipment on top of the ability, it just makes it very, very strong as a target for early buffs. So we feint another Kappa, and this time we get the Spoonbill. Now I guess this is probably going to be the original ability on the Spoonbill, which was buffing adjacent friends, because at this point it's now buffing the pets behind. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to keep farming Kappas and change the order a bit. I do want some more health on the Dear Lord. Okay, we're actually going to give up on the crane. And we get Black Bear in the shop there, which would actually work pretty well with Dear Lord because we could be feeding it the free bacon every turn. And then we get another Baboon and another Dear Lord. So a very strange looking lineup. But yeah, I guess this was from the period where a lot of people were playing Bilby since it was relatively new. Not surprising to be winning these turns when we have 4 units from a fainted Kappa. Okay, now we get a second chance at the Black Bear. Combine the other tier 3s together, and then yeah, we can play the Black Bear at the front. Of course, the unit that comes out of the Kappa is going to jump to the front as well. Here's Mollusk. There were also a lot of people playing Geometric Tortoise this year, so I guess that would also go on the list of most used units for 2026. But this is a very funny team with the Lamprey doing 1 damage at a time from the Geometric Tortoise snipes. Yeah, definitely feed the Black Bear. And then maybe just sell the rabbit. I can't remember what I do here. Because the Dear Lord is going to faint. Yeah, okay, we'll rearrange. Make sure the Dear Lord doesn't knock anything out. And at least the Baboon is going to keep buffing the Black Bear this game. It's definitely also been the year of stall teams. If you looked at their team initially, you would have thought this would have probably been an easy win, but the Cardinal Fish stat reduction combined with the Tuna giving additional health, giving additional stats and helping them recover the lost attack. Clearly a losing matchup for us. Now we have kind of lost our way here in terms of playing a Dear Lord team. We don't have... we're not getting the free bacon anymore, so our Black Bear isn't going to be as effective. Well, I think we're going to be fine in this game. Yep. So I'm going to take the level up on the Black Bear. Definitely need to be looking for something else to feint. We could actually feint the Blue Jay as long as we have some free bacon to feed it. I guess that would make sense, although it would still be pretty poor compared to getting an instant 14-16. And yeah, I think this one was recorded before Cardinal was changed, so there were a fair few of these broken Cardinal teams going. Yeah, of course I'm going to spectate it. I think this was also before the point I realized that I had my OBS settings wrong, and anytime I rapidly scroll the menus, it goes the quality kind of plummets. But yeah, this was the BlackBerry Cardinal exploit. That was actually known about before the update was published, but I guess the hope was that people wouldn't really notice. Unfortunately, they did notice, so that had to be patched out. So feed the Black Bear. And then probably just let the Dear Lord knock out the cow. Maybe we're going to let the Black Bear gain the peanut. Yep. Okay, we can feint Pangolin. That's quite good. 1 heart though, so we need some good opponents. This one is fine. Yeah, Black Bear got fed enough times there where we could reduce almost everything to 1 HP. I think I'm just going to keep feeding the Black Bear and then grab anything to be feinted. Probably should have actually taken Winter Spirit here. But we do luckily get another Pangolin, so we can take that if we want to. Black Bear's actually getting close to 50-50 purely off of the buffs from the Baboon. And then this team here, this 4 squad, is going to provide us a draw. So we're now on turn 17 with where our Kappa-based scaling has kind of fallen off pretty heavily. We really just need to be feeding the black bear as much as possible. And I end up taking Pandora's box. Now, why did I take Pandora's box instead of Great One? I don't know. Maybe just for variety. I feel like taking Great One is, often just the sort of... is just like a reflex at this point, and sometimes I just go against those reflexes for the sake of it. But let's see what happens in this next battle. Did you spot it? I think we're going to freeze frame this after the fact, because we obviously get absolutely destroyed here. But yeah, I'm going to replay it because I was kind of blown away when I saw this. Rewatch last battle. Now, blink and you miss it, but I get all 4 ailments and they get all 5 perks. And not only that, but the black bear gets silly. So we actually end up reducing the stats of our own team as well. I mean, we were going to lose there unless they got some ailments. Maybe if some of those other units had been dazed or ended up with Icky or something, we might have stood a chance. But this was just absolutely ludicrous, and I don't think I've ever seen it happen to me or anyone else before. Let me know in the comments if that's happened to you. It would have been nice to actually have had 5 pets, so we could have seen 5 ailments versus 5 perks, but I think the odds of 4 ailments versus 5 perks was already astronomically low.